The wind howled a mournful dirge around the remote station, a lonely sentinel against the unforgiving Scottish Highlands. December 26, 2025. David, the sole meteorological scientific observer, huddled deeper into his thermal layers, the chill seeping into his bones despite the roaring fire in the hearth. He was used to solitude, craved it even, but tonight, the silence felt different, pregnant with an unsettling unease. It had started subtly, the wind readings fluctuating wildly despite the consistent gale outside. Then, the inexplicable power surges, flickering the lights and causing the ancient radio equipment to whine like a tortured beast. David, a man of logic and data, initially dismissed them as anomalies, quirks of the harsh environment. But the feeling persisted, a prickling sensation on the back of his neck that refused to be rationalized. He checked the instruments again, his breath clouding in the frigid air of the observation room. The wind speed was impossibly high, exceeding anything he'd recorded in his 3 years at the station. He double-checked the calibration, his fingers numb with cold. Everything was in order. Then came the sound, a low guttural moan, seemingly emanating from the blizzard raging outside. It wasn't the wind. It was something else, something organic. David froze, his heart hammering against his ribs. He grabbed the heavy-duty flashlight and ventured out onto the observation deck, the wind tearing at him like a physical force. The beam cut through the swirling snow, revealing nothing but a blinding white expanse. He strained his ears, listening for the moan again. Silence, just the relentless roar of the wind. He was about to retreat when he saw it. A series of prints in the fresh snow, impossibly large and vaguely humanoid. They led away from the station, disappearing into the swirling white abyss. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced through his scientific detachment. These weren't animal tracks. They were something else entirely. Back inside, huddled by the fire, David tried to make sense of it. The impossible wind readings, the power surges, the moan, the tracks. It was all connected, he knew it. He reached for the radio, intending to report the anomalies, but the equipment remained stubbornly silent, only emitting that eerie, high-pitched whine. He was alone, completely cut off. Suddenly, the lights flickered again, plunging the station into darkness. The fire sputtered and died, leaving only the faint glow of the emergency lamps. And then he heard it again, closer this time, the guttural moan echoing through the station, a chilling promise in the darkness. David knew, with a certainty that defied logic, that Jeremy Clarkson had left those tracks in the snow and he was no longer outside. The fat git was now inside with him.